Good morning. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful start to the day, isn't it? This is a look from our Tower Cam network in downtown Orlando. Not any problem going on in our weather world this morning, but let me tell you something. It is going to be a warm and muggy day. Here's a look at our first warning Doppler radar. Nothing to see here. That's my favorite. When we've got a quiet pattern, we've got a good pattern, at least out the door. Temperatures, though, already warm and muggy, and frankly, that's the way it's going to be today. 78 degrees in the city, 78 degrees in Kissimmee, it's 77 in the villages, 75 outside in Ocala. Now, that said, it's a warm start to the day. But our dew points are up there. 77-degree dew point temperature right now. That is gross. A higher dew point means it will feel even warmer. So, looking at our 12-hour forecast today, my friends, we are up. It's going to be even hotter than yesterday feeling, which I can't even believe that's a thing, but here we are. 92, 1 o'clock, 95 degrees, our high temperature on the day today. Then you factor in the feels like temperature, the humidity, and you get a feels like of about 108 or so. So because of that, and I see Chris is already mentioning it, Gold Star, because of that, we are, for all of Central Florida, under a heat advisory for today. Good times. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's hot every day in the summer. Agreed. It absolutely is. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because it's hot every day during the summer. But I do want to let you know that today is going to run just a little bit warmer than yesterday, just a little bit warmer than the day before, right? A heat advisory essentially just means that the feels like temperature is going to be above 108. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be hot. It's going to be gross. Okay? All right. We're good with that. 95 our high temperature today in the city, 94 in Leesburg, 93 in the villages, and nice and balmy 94 back to Palm Coast. So even at the beaches, you're not escaping this heat. It's going to be one of those days, my friends. Yeah, let's take a look at Futurecast and get an idea of just what to expect and when to expect it, right? Here's a look at Futurecast. Right now, keeping us nice and quiet. Giddy up. Love that. 12:30, 1 o'clock, starting to pop up a couple of showers around town. 3 o'clock, there's the shower activity around, right? And then by 4 o'clock, heavy stuff starting to show up around the metro. I think 5 o'clock is going to be a pretty stormy timeline around town. And then 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the stormy weather starting to force out west. Even seeing some soakers up to our north. It's going to be an active pattern. As far as the rainfall goes, I'll just go through tonight, through midnight tonight. You can see there's going to be some areas that Futurecast is saying, yeah, could see a quick 3, 4, even 5 inches of rainfall. So there you go. Good times. Good times. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Beth says we do need some rain. It's true. Believe it or not, are we in a drought? You know, like first off, let's just look to the Keach Byram drought numbers. Our soil is plenty fine, right? We are not in a drought in that respect. And if we look to the drought monitor, we're not in a drought there either. But look at the rainfall numbers for the year, and this will really illustrate things. Orlando, we're 5.5 inches behind where we should be this time of year. Sanford, Leesburg, you're closing in on 4 inches behind where we should be, whereas Daytona Beach is right where you should be, and Melbourne is actually in a pretty decent surplus. So it really does all depend on where you live. But also, much of Central Florida is in a deficit. All right? Does that make sense? Good times. Jan says, my yard is flooded. Hope it avoids O'Galley area today. Yeah, for sure, right? For sure. Frankie, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to the day. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Karen. Debbie, I see you in the room this morning. Pat, good morning. Karen, Taylor, howdy, howdy. Hydrate if you're going to be outside. Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's one of those things that, like, every time we talk about this, it's always one of those like, well, yeah, it's going to be hot. Thanks, Sherlock, right? Here's the heat index numbers through the day, 105. But there's going to be a little stretch, and you can kind of see it there on the graph, how it just climbs a little higher, like right in there. And that's going to be where we get to like 107, 108. It's brief, but we do get there. And so it's at least worth mentioning. It's just not on my auto query. So that's where your boy should have built a better graphic. Now, feels like temperatures, also known as heat index, and I always show this just because every time we talk heat index, I feel like I just get so many people angry. Stop making up stuff. Well, that's the math equation to solve to get yourself into a feels like temperature. So yeah, it's not made up. Promise you, it's not made up. But either way, it's hot, right? Excessive heat warnings posted north of us, but for us, it's just heat advisories. Okay? Sound good? Sounds good. All right, let's talk tropics, my friends. There's a couple of areas to watch. First things first, let's take you to the Central Atlantic, that blob there. That is Invest 96. Not expected to threaten us whatsoever, but it is something. It is out there. Not a threat to us. Did I mention it's not a threat to us? You need me to mention that again? It's not a threat to us, thankfully. And then the old tropical wave that moved through last week, the Hurricane Center is highlighting it as well. Not a concern to us in either case, but this is the 8 o'clock tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center. So highlighted in red there, that's Invest 96. That's the one that's recurving and staying out to sea. Medium 40% likelihood of developing over the next 2 days' time. A high 70% likelihood of developing over the next 7 days' time. A depression likely to form in the beginning of the week. Could even see a tropical storm form. And then just off the coast of the Carolinas, it's a low-end 20% likelihood of something trying to form there. National Hurricane Center highlighting that again this morning. Not a big concern, but stuff to track. That's where we're at. Good news, neither are threatening us. Any questions about the tropics? Let's see here. I see Janice saying hydrate. Agreed. Yep, agreed. Cindy says, hey, Melbourne, share the wealth. Oh, talking about the rainfall. Yeah, agreed. Kenneth is asking, why do weathermen take their suit jacket off every 20 minutes? Kenneth, I can't respond to weathermen. I can respond to this weather guy, singular. We have an image consultant, and she told me to be comfortable. And she gave me when I need to wear the jacket, and she told me when I don't need to wear it. And when I don't need to wear it, I'm not going to wear it. So there's that. That's why. It used to be you'd only take it off, during a hurricane? Oh, my goodness, I know it's going to be a hurricane when he's not wearing his jacket. Well, I'm kind of glad that's not the case. I'd really love to not wear my jacket most of the time. And maybe I can get there one day. All right. And Cindy says, oh, no, not the equation. Too early for that many numbers. Yeah. I know. I agree. All right. Any other questions about the tropics or anything? That's a good question. Jessica's asking, could they collide? No. What would end up happening is the stronger system would basically wreck the weaker system. It's called the Fujiwara effect. All right. Let's see here. What do you think about the reports of Tonga underwater volcanic activity causing the unusual rise in air and water temps? I've not read anything about it, Brian, but if that's the case, that would explain it. We know that the water temperatures are warming, but this year in particular, in the last few months, it has gone way out of control. And that we don't understand. So we're just trying to figure that part of it out. But that would make sense, Brian. I don't know anything about it. Steph, am I still going on the cruise? I am not still going on the cruise. No. Yolanda says, so far so good in the tropics. Agreed. Yeah. Tiffany, can I see the 7-day forecast? You can, Tiffany. For you, of course. So we're looking at a stormier than average pattern today, stormier than average pattern tomorrow. And then what we're looking at is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, our weather picture starts to get back to normal. Why? How? What's going on? Let me explain it to you, okay? We essentially have this area of tropical moisture over top of us right now. It's that same one that has the low end 20% chance of development. But the thing about it is that it has a ribbon of moisture that's draped over us. So as such, we keep the rain chances high, right? That's today. We're going to keep it around even tomorrow. As a weak frontal boundary kind of hangs around. And then into Tuesday, that weak front starts to slide that tropical moisture out a bit. And then into Wednesday, we start to watch this area of high pressure building in. And as that area of high pressure starts to build in, our weather picture starts to dry out just a little bit. And that's kind of where we're making this adjustment, if you will, looking ahead to the forecast. So drier days are ahead. It's not like we're going perfectly dry. We're still very much in the rainy season, but it'll at least start working in that direction. All right. Patty says, I had told my grandson it was going to storm because my niece said so. He was so confused my knee would know. Oh, to be 6. Yep, I would agree. We watched the storm form from the beginning. First time I've seen him. Oh yeah. Well, let's keep him calm. That's my goal with my kids, is to keep them calm with thunderstorms. Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm late to the party. Can you show today's forecast, please? Yeah, today's storms, Debbie. Lots and lots of storms. Leon, isn't the heat index the same as the wind chill in the winter? No, because the wind chill takes into account temperatures and wind. The heat index takes into account the temperature and the humidity. So, I mean, it's the same, feels like. We water it down to be the feels like temperature, but essentially the heat index is a very different math equation than the wind chill factor is. Yeah. All right. Arnett says it's a pool morning at my sister's house. Oh, that sounds great. Listen, if you're going into the pool, I would say today's a great day to do so. And then this afternoon, it gets to be a crappy day to do so. So we're averaging it out to be a good day to do so. Yeah, not bad. Hey, farmers markets around. Of course, there's the Lake Eola Farmers Market today. Claremont Farmers Market taking place, and market opens to beautiful weather. It'll get into some storms later on. Theme park forecast today looking good, but it does get to be particularly stormy. I think it's going to be stormier than yesterday, so plan for it, okay? If you're looking for events, let me just tell you, there is a pretty neat event over at Icon Park. It's the Summer Foodie Festival. They also call it the Great American Cookout, which I feel like there's a ton of organizations that could say that. But at any rate, lunch time, noon to 6. We'll have some stormy weather around, but as long as you're good with that, you're good with that. All right. All right. So today, around lunchtime, we'll popcorn up some showers, but it's really getting going around 2 o'clock or so. That's when we're going to get those storms really firing up. Today, a 70% coverage of rain. Tomorrow, staying stormy. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll finally be able to start getting back to normal. All right? Sound good? Sounds good to me. Frank says open house today in South Tampa. Be good. Enjoy it, buddy. Enjoy it. Yeah. All right. There you go. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you guys and gals tomorrow morning from Coffee Talk. Sound good? Sound good. Have a good Sunday. And of course, I'll be posting through the day, remoting into the weather computer. See y'all later.